Pakistan has drawn up an ambitious plan to procure close to 600 battle tanks including D-90 tanks from Russia, primarily to bolster its military might along the border with India, intelligence sources said on Sunday. Most of the tanks Pakistan was procuring will be able to hit targets at a range of 3 to 4 kilometers, the sources told PTI. Apart from battle tanks, Pakistan Army is also procuring 245 150 mm SP Mike-10 guns from Italy, out of which it has already received 120 guns, they said. The sources said Pakistan was eyeing to buy from Russia a batch of D-90 battle tanks, the mainstays of the armored regiments of the Indian Army, and that the move reflects Islamabad's intent to forge a deeper defense engagement with Moscow. Russia has been India's largest and most trusted defense supplier post-independence, the sources said, as part of the mega plan to significantly revamp its armored fleet by 2025. Pakistan has decided to procure at least 360 battle tanks globally besides producing 220 tanks indigenously with help from its close ally China. Pakistan Army's move to enhance its armored corps comes at a time when the line of actual control in Jammu and Kashmir has witnessed growing hostilities in the last 1 year. The Indian Army has been strongly retaliating to every unprovoked firing by Pakistani side. But, when the Indian Army is focused on counter-terror operations, the Pakistan Army was fast reducing its gap with Indian forces in fighting the conventional war, sources said. The Indian Army had drawn up a mega plan to modernize its infantry and armored corps. However, almost all the procurement projects including the Rs 60,000 crore futuristic infantry combat vehicle program are stuck due to a variety of reasons. At present, India's armored regiments, comprising mainly D-90, T-72 and Arjuna tanks, have much more superiority over Pakistan, but sources said Islamabad was seriously planning to bridge the gap that was the earliest, as against around 67 armored regiments of Indian Army. The number of similar regiments in Pakistan Army is around 51, the sources said. They said, at present, over 70% of the tanks in Pakistan's armory have the capability to operate during night, which, they said, was a matter of concern. Besides eyeing to procure D-90 tanks, Pakistan Army is also in the process of inducting Chinese VB-4 tanks as well as Oplod P tanks from Ukraine, the sources said. Trials for both Oplod and VB-4 tanks have already been conducted by the Pakistan Army. At present, Pakistan is learned to have around 17 units PF Chinese origin T-59 and T-69 tanks, which comprise 30% of its total tank strength, the sources said. It also has 12 regiments of all-Zara tanks, which makes 20% of the tank fleet, while Ukraine origin the 80UD and T-85UD as well as upgraded version of T-59 tanks comprise the rest of the 50% tank fleet, they said. The Pakistan Army is carrying out modernization of its armored regiments in a calibrated and time-bound manner, which is not the case in India, said an expert, who wished not to be named. He said it was a matter of concern the way Pakistan was modernizing its tank fleet. The Indian Army has also raised an independent tank brigade which is stationed in Ladakh, but it is not enough.